Matt here, Whiskey 5 Lima Lima, and I wanted to show you my setup here with the Icom IC-7300. I enjoy the digital mode since I got back into radio, and here I'm running WSJT-X version 1.7. I have a dual monitor set up here. These are 19-inch monitors. These are the standard monitors, not the widescreen. Found them at a used electronics store. And my computer is just a generic i7 processor with 8 gigs of RAM, running Windows 10. I have all this connected. The radio is connected via USB. One single cable controls the cat and audio and all that stuff. There's my ODG and automatic antenna tuner. Works great for my antenna, which is a full wave horizontal loop. Covers 10 through 160. It ended up being about 558 feet of wire. I just strung up. At the highest point, it's about 30 feet off the ground. So right now I'm running with a guy. His call sign is Kilo Bravo 0 Mike Delta Quebec. And I just send him the Roger, Roger, Roger. That's basically confirming I received his signal report, which was R minus 14. He was R minus 1 here, which is very strong. The closer you get to 0, the better the signal, obviously. As you can see here, is full rig control. Rig is transmitting right now. And a couple things I want to show you on this main screen here. Sorry for moving the camera around so much. I hope you're not getting too dizzy. This slider bar here. Let me get my mouse over here. This slider bar here controls your receive. And on my computer I have the mic on USB, and I can show you that. Recording devices. It'll show up as a microphone here. If you double click that, okay, and go into levels, this is where I found mine to be acceptable. Around 50 to 54. Alright. And this is where I found my slider bar. About the right. You want it to be leveling out around 50 dB or so. You don't want it to be the meter here to be topping out all the time, or you won't get good decodes. So now I'm on receive, and you can see here I'm running with the little slider bar right here. This is where I'm at, and he's sending me his report. Alright, which you can see is a 73. So I click the message to send him, which includes my 73. It pops up a window to log it. Now, once it's logged, alright, I have this wonderful piece of software that's free, JT Alert X, running version 2.8.7. And it's also interfaced with my AC log program. I'll show you that. Once you get the API set up on AC log, JT Alert interfaces with it and WSJT-X. And it will allow you to, once you log a station, it automatically logs it in AC log. There you can see it. So it's nice, streamlined. You don't have to worry about importing ADI files like I was doing when I first got started. Wonderful piece of software. Highly recommend it. Alright. So I'm going to click down here. And I'm going to halt transmission so that I can go through the settings with you on WSJT-X. So let's do that right now. Alright, the main items you want to make sure you get right. Obviously your call sign and your grid, you need that. And any of these settings you can set them as you please. The radio, needs to be, obviously, you need to select the IC-7300. My radio is on COM 4, and I found 9600 baud works the best. You can copy the rest of these settings. Alright, on audio, you need to make sure the USB audio codec is selected on both of them. Okay, you'll have a microphone and a speaker. Those are the main things. Alright, so now, once you get all that set up, we can go in here on the radio, and I'll scroll through the settings. On the radio, makes it real easy to do. You go into connectors, and I'll show you the settings I have here so that you can see what I have, and you can copy them. Okay, and you want to go into the CI-V. Make sure you get all this set up. Okay, make sure you just copy my settings. That should be all of the settings that you need on the radio to get it to interface with your computer. I'm not mentioning the USB driver that you have to download. That was a very simple install, but you need to do all of that before you set all this up. So you go online to Icom's website, download the USB driver, install it before you even connect the radio up to your computer. Just run through the settings, read the README file, install it as it says to, and it worked the first time for me. Then once you plug your radio to a USB port, and I suggest you plug it into one that's facing you, you have access to it, because sometimes when you turn the radio on in the morning, sometimes something happens with the USB port and you have to unplug it and plug it back in. So plug it into an area on your computer that has easy access, just in case you need to reset something. That's another suggestion I have there. So as you can see, 80 meters is kind of quieting down right now. It's early in the morning. It was rocking and rolling pretty good, but anyway, so it's a good time to do a demonstration. And so we've gone through the settings. You can see my setup here, how I have it. You know, this may not be ideal for some, but this is what works for me, and I've made lots of contacts here in the last 3 weeks or so. Another thing I want to point out is you want to run, when I first got started, I didn't know, but you want to select filter 1 on your radio. That's the widest filter. And on 80 meters, you can't see that button because it's kind of this right here. It will say USB-D. You don't run in LSB or anything like that. Alright, so I'm going to demonstrate how I have this set up so that you don't get any ALC, which is very important to keep a clean signal. You don't want to be splattering all over the band. And that's where this slider right here comes in very handy. So I have my speakers, okay, which is your transmit. You go back to playback devices. Okay, I have the speakers, internal speakers, alright, set as the default. This is the USB audio from the radio. Okay, so double click that and I'll show you that I have my level set all the way to 100, and then I control it with this slider right here. Okay, alright, so I'm going to get ready to transmit. One thing I like to do when I bring it up in the morning on any band that I haven't been monitoring for a while, I'll bring it up, set it to that band, and I'll sit here and monitor it for a minute. Alright, find a clear frequency. just don't pull it up, start transmitting right off the bat as soon as you see something. If you want to start calling CQ or whatever, you know, you may be transmitting on top of somebody. Kind of space it out. You see how these guys have it spaced out here? You know, one is starting here. That's where it ends. Then another guy started here. Then another guy started here. I'm transmitting over here. And another guy started, you know, we're spacing it out. That's what you need to do. Don't try to just pull it up and immediately start transmitting. Run it through a couple of cycles to receive. You never know. There may be a station out there that you want to contact. You know, always run on even. That's just me. You can run even or odd. Uncheck that box as necessary. And you see there's someone coming in. I haven't transmitted in a while. Someone thinks that area is clear, and now they're transmitting. And that's okay. You know, I can find another spot. So, right here looks like, let's see here. Right in here looks like a good area. So, we'll do that for testing. Alright, so that's just another hint. Guys get irritated when you start transmitting on top of them. So, be courteous and keep it spaced out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to transmit. I'm going to set the transmit enable. And I've got it set for even. Okay, so the even minute. And I'm calling CQ. Alright. Now this slider bar here, when you first start transmitting, you want to make sure that you have your meter selected here. Alright, so that shows your ALC. And see, I'm hitting it just a little bit, and you don't want that. Move the slider up and down, this right here. You see how it controls the ALC there? Move it down until you do not see the ALC activated anymore. That means you're not overdriving your rig. That means you're putting out a clean signal with full output. As you can see here, well, you can't really see because of the glare. I'm running 30 watts, which is really all you should ever run. Shouldn't run more than 30 watts. Matter of fact, most guys run 10 or 15, something like that. Very low, not much power required for this mode. So, as you can see, not getting anybody calling back to me, but that's fine. I just wanted to demonstrate how to move the slider button here on the right side of the screen to get you a clean signal, and monitor that ALC. If you see it start hitting, moving a little bit, back your slider down until it doesn't anymore. Okay, as you can see, I didn't get it quite adjusted that last time. It's still triggering it just a little bit, so I'm going to move the slider down one more notch to make sure that it doesn't hit the ALC. So there you have it, guys. If you have any questions, give me a holler. Email w5llmatt, M-A-T-T, @gmail.com if you want to chat about my settings or have any questions. Really nice setup. And I have made several hundred Qs on it within the last couple weeks. Wanted to do a quick video and show everybody how I have it set up, just in case you have a 7300 like I do and want to start running some digital modes. Real easy to get set up is once you get all the settings figured out and everything. Like anybody, when I first started, I was lost and did not really fully understand everything, and I probably still don't, but I do enough to get by. Looks like I have someone trying to contact me here. So we'll wait and see who that is. It's a pretty weak signal. So we'll see who that is, and maybe even run you through a typical contact when you run CQ, so that you know what to do. Right here, I click the generate standard messages, and it puts in your canned messages. Okay, so we've got AD0 to you, and so I double click on the call sign. It automatically puts his call sign in here with the signal report, which is -17. When my turn is up on the even minutes, rig starts transmitting. As you can see, the rig is transmitting. We're not getting any ALC, so we're putting out a nice clean signal, 30 watts of power into my horizontal loop. So you can see the slider bar at the bottom. It's counting down the seconds. Right now we're at 39, 40, 41. Alright, so now he is transmitting. 5 minutes up. He's on the odd minutes. Now he's transmitting, and I should be receiving a signal. These contacts do take a few minutes to complete, so be ready for that. As you can see here, I'm receiving a trace on the waterfall, so it looks like I hopefully will have a good decode, but you never know. About halfway through the cycle, he should return his call, or my call, his call, R dash, and his signal report to me. That's what I'm expecting to receive. If I do receive that, which I did, I click the next button, or the skip one, into the next one, which is his call, my call, RRR. Basically, that tells him that I received his signal report. Alright, so now I'm transmitting that. As you can see, the slider bar is moving over. Once that is finished, radio will return to receive. Like I said, it takes a little bit, so it's not the fastest mode in the world, but it's pretty darn efficient. Alright, so you'll hear my radio click here, or maybe not. I thought it did, but it's no longer transmitting. Now we're on the odd minute, and you should start seeing a little action on the waterfall, and we do at the very top there. Hopefully we'll get a good decode out of that. Again, sorry for the shaky video. I hope you can hang with me there. Alright, we're closing in on 40 seconds in here through the receive. Hopefully it'll decode. Alright, he sent two U73s. That means he received it. So I'm going to send a 73 message back to him. And once I start transmitting, this box pops up to log your contact. And since I have AC logs set up with JT Alert, I click OK. You should get a message that says the QSO was logged to AC log. And if I go look into AC log, there he is. So it all works together, plays together, works great. Thank you guys. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. 73. This is W5LL.